it's Erin Bird here. Let's try that again. If you were on with me, I apologize. All of a sudden it said I lost internet connection. Now, I will tell you, it is a stormy day here, so anything goes. I will try to go through this real quick with you. It is episode number 9 of the Expand Your Preschool program in 2019, 30 tips in 30 days. And so if you're here with me, say, hey, Erin, let me know that you're here. Even when you come in on the replay, I always love to know who's following along, who is ready to expand their program this year. 2019 can be your best year ever. And so I want to make sure that you are here with me and you're playing full out. So let me know that you're here if you're joining me, even if it comes in on the replay. I love to know. So today I am coming to you live from my car because I do still teach some preschool classes on Wednesday mornings. I teach 3 classes still because I absolutely love it and it just fills my heart with joy, and I adore those school sites that I'm going to. And so for me, it really it helps leave me feeling connected still with all of my centers and knowing what's relevant. There's a lot of reasons why I still love to teach and be out there. But so I'm coming from you live from my car. So if you're here with me, say, hey, Erin, let me know that you're here. You don't have to worry. I am not driving right now. So you're in luck. I'm good and being safe. So today we're talking about smart strategy. And what I mean by smart strategy to get into these preschools is this. I get a lot of questions about, well, hey, Erin, like, how do you even start this? And before we even dive into that, I want to talk about the first thing is knowing your market. So you should do a little bit of research and know how every single one of them. And we go and we find out the exact number of daycares and preschools that are licensed in their area. And the number sometimes is actually quite shocking to them. They don't realize, they know there's quite a bit, right? They know there's lots of preschools and daycares, but they do not realize the magnitude and the amount of opportunity they have to serve. And when they do this exercise and they really find out, okay, y'all, I actually moved over, and so hopefully y'all are going to be with me. This is crazy, but hey, you know me, I roll with the punches. We make adjustments and we do what we got to do. So if you're with me, say, hey, Erin, let me know that you're here. Erica, I hope you're still there. Oh my goodness, it's going to be one of those days. Actually, it has been one of those days. So anyway, smart strategy. So when you find out how many preschools there or daycares there are in your area, you might be really surprised. And truth be told, there's typically hundreds. You know, if you live in an area that has a mild population, you might find that you have way more than you think you do. And so that's the first part of this. The first part of this is knowing how many schools that you have and the opportunity that you have to serve. And even when you live in a rural area, you might find there's more than you actually think. And so, yay, Erica, I'm still glad that you're with me. This is so crazy. So we're having stormy weather here in California. It's been raining, and so I'm hoping that we can get through this, and I'm trying to wrap it up real quick. So hopefully I don't lose everybody again. So anywho, we're talking about smart strategy. So the first thing is knowing how many you have the opportunity to serve. So if you're with me, let me know if you know your number. So if it's 413, if it's 175, if it's 53, I don't mind knowing. I just want you to know the number. So if you know your number, type it in the comments. Let me know how many licensed, that's the key, how many licensed preschools and daycares are there in your area that you have the opportunity to serve. So the next part of this equation is this. Once you know that, then we have to get really smart and have a strategy about how do we go after these schools. Because I'll be honest with you, not all licensed daycares and preschools are going to be your target market, number one. And the other thing is not all of them are created equal, in the sense that some centers are not going to be a great fit for you or as great a fit for you as some others. What do I mean by that? So here's the first thing. Knowing that certain markets are actually going to have a better return on investment, return on time. So I always talk to my clients and my staff about who do we target first. Erica says too many to count. No, it's not too many to count. You should have a number, y'all. I can tell you that within my immediate 25-mile radius, there are 298 licensed preschools or daycares in my area. 298 within my immediate area. Now, I actually serve 3 counties. So when I've expanded, because now I serve 3 counties, you can see how my opportunities have multiplied significantly. And our opportunity to serve is great. Okay. So I always love to do this exercise because it shows you really your opportunity and how you can really serve and the impact you can make on your community. But that being said, do I want to go after all 298 of those? No, because here's the thing. Not all 298 of them are going to be able to give me enough students to to do what I need to do effectively, okay? So we have to have a SMART strategy. And here's the deal with the SMART strategy. I look at this. How many students is each particular school licensed for? And what does that mean? That means the amount of students that they are allowed to have in their center at one time by law. When they have larger numbers, you have a greater chance of actually being able to serve, possibly get multiple classes, make sure the class that you have there is going to be able to fill to capacity. When you have a center who's only licensed for 12 or 13, more than likely you're going to have a harder time filling that class, or you're going to have a center who wants to negotiate a group rate, which I won't get into that today. We'll talk about that later. But know this, you will absolutely make more money when you have the parent pay on their own one-on-one. And so we know strategically and statistically that if we have a center that has a larger number that they are licensed for and they have filled, your opportunity is greater to not only have at least one class filled to capacity, but multiple classes filled to capacity, right? Get more bang for your buck. Get a higher return on investment of your time for that one center. So we start with those centers first. Now, that being said, I am also a firm believer in not thinking that, well, if they only are licensed for 40 or 50 or 60, they're not a good fit. That isn't necessarily the truth either. There's other things that we do to combat that and to really make sure that we use our time and that we market it in a certain way. But the biggest takeaway that I want you to take away today is that you need a SMART strategy. You need to know numbers, because here's the thing. Statistically, when we do the math, we can figure out if a center will work for us or not as a center that we provide our services to. So I really encourage you as an assignment for today. I'm going to give you an assignment in this episode. Your assignment today is to take a look and see within your immediate area, how many licensed daycares and preschools you have the opportunity to serve. And come back and put it in the comments for me. I want to know that you've done your work. So that is your work for today, because once you know how many you have to serve, the opportunity to serve, then we can go in and start grouping them into lists and buckets. I like to call them buckets of A, B, C, and D. A buckets are those ones that you would just want to have because they are going to be the ones that fill up your bank account the quickest. And then there's the B, which are still good possibility, but you might have to work a little bit harder. That C group, they're kind of in the middle. They're still going to be a good account for you, but they might not be your best account, right? And then you have the D, which I sometimes call the low-hanging fruit. And let me tell you, there is nothing wrong with having a few low-hanging fruit accounts, when they are able to fill in the gaps of your schedule, okay? But we have to have a strategy as to who we go after first. We have to have our hit list, which is a system that I came up with, a hit list marketing system that I use with all my clients. And so you have to have a smart strategy about who you can serve and how do you attack this long list, and how do we navigate through who is the best fit for you to start out with. So that is my little briefing. I'm trying to get through it before we lose internet connection again. So that is about our smart strategy. How do we know who we can serve? And so once you know, hey, I have 298, let's just say, within my first 25-mile radius, that's a pretty good chunk of opportunity for you. And when you do the math, and if you even on average say that each center is licensed or has the capacity of serving, let's say 100 students, because I'm a fan of easy math, do the math, y'all. 298 licensed centers times 100 students. That's a whole lot of opportunity. That's a whole lot of opportunity. So I'm going to leave you there. I hope that you have a fantastic Wednesday. I want you to stay in action. Stay in action. Make 2019 the best year ever, right? So let me know in the comments, even if it's on the replay, that you came. And not only that, how many licensed preschools or daycares are in your area for you to serve. I'll leave y'all all now. Have a fantastic day. And I'm going to get on the road. Bye, y'all.